Good morning, everyone. Well, actually, afternoon, I think. Yeah, 12. 14 after 12. Um, got all my texting and stuff like that done already this morning. Haven't talked to my daughter yet, but I took care of everything else. Been sitting and thinking about what kind of videos I want to do. Now, I watch a lot of these people on there that on YouTube that they do some really serious um, subjects and stuff like that, and they put a lot of things, the title and everything for clickbaiting, but I can't do clickbaiting. In fact, I'm not even very good at titling my videos. But I'm thinking maybe I should just slow down and not do so many, and just make 2 or 3 videos a week that are substantial. But a lot of people, they dig into controversial things and stuff like that, and I don't want to do that. I mean, my channel is about creating the life you desire. Now, how do I do that without telling you how I do it in my life? But like, again, you gotta know what you desire in life. I'm just now getting to the threshold of knowing what I want to do with my life, and and the obstacles that come in the way. Now, truthfully, even though I love doing my music, and I love just fiddling around with it, I love going out and singing and entertaining people, but that's not feasible right now. What I really am into, what I really would like to do is create tiny homes. And that's what I was hoping to do here, that 2 people could actually live in here and live well. Just the way it is right now, the way I've got it right now. Now, though, I really would like to redesign the kitchen area so that it's a little bit more open, more space. But there are a few things, though, that I would have to eliminate. As far as the recliner goes, I could have a recliner if I did a smaller, like a love seat with a recliner in it, that somebody else could come along and sit on it too. Maybe 2 people. But then that would leave my space open in the hallway, but kind of hallway between that and the kitchen. Then I could design my kitchen the way I really wanted to. Then all those cupboards that you see right there, well, I don't know. There's cupboards back there in the background, up across the top there. That's where I have all my food, my dog food and stuff like that, medicines and stuff. And if I could design my kitchen area where the refrigerator's at, take that all out, just take all that out and design it better, and put the refrigerator underneath. Get me a hot water on demand outfit that I could put under there, and put the refrigerator under there, and have me some better drawers that I could put silver and stuff like that in. And then where the refrigerator's at now, take that and build that into a pantry, food pantry. So I've got some ideas, but again, it takes somebody to do it, and I would want to get a professional to do it, as professional as I can, without paying an arm and a leg. So that's in my thought process. Now, whether or not I go forward with that or not depends on how important it is to me. And I think it's beginning to get more and more important to me, because first of all, the refrigerator handle's broke. I mean, I could replace the handle, maybe, I don't know. So, and I could get the hot water on demand little outfit that wouldn't be a tank. Just the hot water would just run through it. But thinking on that, thinking comes first. Thinking comes first, y'all. I quit drinking a whole bunch of this. This is the first one I've had for a couple weeks. But anyway, so my whole deal that I want to do here for y'all is to teach everybody out there how to design your own life with your thoughts, your intentions, your belief, and your words. And I have a book by Joel Osteen, and I know there's all this flack out there, people saying he's a devil and stuff like that. No, he's just teaching like Jesus taught, that your words are powerful, and that you go within, and that's where you find all your answers. God's within you, he said. The kingdom of God is within you. If you'll read the book, seriously now. But Joel Osteen writes his own books. That's how he gets his money. He writes books. He probably writes 2 or 3 books a month. I've got so many books of his that I've paid money for, and I enjoy them. The last book I bought is Speak the Blessing. Speak what you want into your life. In the words, I am. Remember, God said, I am that I am, the great I am, that lives within me. And I am his temple. This body is the Creator's temple. My mouth is his mouthpiece. But I have to believe that what I'm saying is him speaking it, and it's going to happen. So, what things soever you desire when you pray, believe that you receive them. Jesus said that in Mark 11:23. Starts in Mark 11. And so, if you say to the mountain, be thou removed. Speak, but you got to believe. And our subconscious stores, our brain is like a computer. And part of our brain is our consciousness, Christ consciousness. And there's the subconscious, and then there's the id, and then there's the ego. The id, I think, is I, or that's the ego. I'm not quite sure, but the ego can be very disastrous to your life. Just let you know that. So, it takes your conscious mind, not your subconscious mind. Now, you got to reprogram your subconscious mind out of all the ways that we've been brought up, and how we've been programmed to know that we have the power to believe and speak. Think, believe, and speak. And so that's basically what I'm doing here. Now, I still have things I have to fight with. When things come up against me, especially pain, and you got things in your life that you don't want there, but they're there anyway. Like, okay, I got my knee done, and I'm thankful that I got my knee done. But I'm still struggling with walking the way I need to walk. Still struggling with some pain. And if I want what I want, I've got to push through. Now, a lot of people would say, but why do you want to do this at the age that you're at? I'll be 81 in a few days, on the 20th. Well, because I'm still alive. I mean, I don't know why we have to die in the first place, but that's neither here nor there. I was put here for a reason. I don't know what that reason is yet. All I know is that I just come into my head that I believe God wants me to do, and I try to work through them. And then you've got the ego that'll come along and say, no, 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 you're not going to do this. You can't do this. It's impossible. And then, of course, you got outsiders telling you the same thing. First of all, don't tell outsiders what your plan is. Just go about your business and do it quietly, silently. Because the Bible also says, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Okay, and I look at myself, I look at my body. You can tell that I have age on my body. Of course, it isn't nearly as bad as some 60-year-olds and 70-year-olds and so forth. So I'm very fortunate that my DNA and my genes are very well intact, and that I can still do a lot of things that people in their 65, 66, 70 can't do. So I'm going to take advantage of the fact that I can. So I'm here for a reason. The only thing that I know of is that we're here to help one another. To waken up to what's going on around us. To know how to handle it. To keep the light, to keep the God in us, to keep the Christ consciousness in us. To always do right by one another. Always help where you can help, when you can help. And right now, this is the only place that I know that I can help. And of course, and I get this idea that I'm not doing a very good job, but there are a few people that come on here and say how I inspire them and stuff, and I'm not looking for praise. I just really want to help people. I want to help me. I want to help me have a comfortable life at my age. And but here's the thing, it's not always about age either. There's much younger people than me that are paralyzed, that have no legs, that have no arms, that don't even have a home. How do you take somebody by watching me, or maybe they have a phone, and they're watching me tell them to create the life they desire, and they're homeless, they're in a tent, or they don't even have a tent, they're in a cardboard box. Well, what I've said to them in the past is, everything starts with gratitude to begin with. Now, you don't have to live in a state of gratitude. But in the beginning and throughout different times, you can say, boy, I'm so thankful, I'm so glad that I have this or I have that. So I tell the people that are homeless that if all they've got is a box and a blanket, be grateful for that box and that blanket and try to upgrade from there. The more grateful you are, the more you push forward. Don't be afraid to ask. If you see somebody out there that's got a heavier blanket than what you've got, maybe a sleeping bag, strive for that. Don't just be satisfied with what you've got, because you know very well that if you had a well-insulated sleeping bag in the wintertime, you're going to be much warmer inside that box or that tent or whatever. And if you do get in a tent from the box, then look at that as an upgrade and be grateful for it. So each movement forward, be grateful for that. And don't live in the gratefulness, because if you live in the gratefulness, it'll cause you to be complacent and you won't move forward out of the tent. You'll just keep moving your tent around. That's just like this camper, okay? I mean, I think about it a lot. Right now, it's the most feasible thing for me because I can get everything that I need for a full-size house, and keep it in here. And then when it's in a house, it'll be spread out more. I'll have more room, but I'll have the money staying in here. And it gets tiring sometimes. It really gets very tiring sometimes. But the last few weeks, the last couple weeks, I've been able to move things in a direction that it's out of my way. Now, I've still got a couple things that are in my way. Now, like I put, well, I can't show you. Well, here, I don't know if you can see down there. But down here, I have my makeup and stuff. And I put my mirror up there. And all I have to do is open this up and get anything out I want right there. And look there and comb my hair, curl my hair, put my makeup on, whatever. And of course, and then here's my study desk. Now this is my computer desk where I sit and do everything on the computer. Over here's my printer. Down below here I have my printing paper. Down underneath there I have like a junk drawer, because I don't have any other place for a junk drawer. Over there is where all my weights and my exercise equipment is. Picture of my mom that I can see. Well, I'm pointing. How do I want to point? Up here. My mom that I can see and remind me that take care of myself. And all my books over there. You know, I got 3 lights in here. And so I got a chair sitting over there that I can, well, yeah, that I can sit and read my books with a nice light right there. A window I can look out into the backyard and watch people swimming and stuff. So right now it's almost situated where everything's in place, and I have got to work on a flaw of mine, of my clothes. I have got to find a better solution for hanging my clothes, and I've got an idea, but that's going to take me getting somebody to do it for me. So we'll see how that's going to go. But like I said, I like trying to take care of my own self. I like knowing that I can take care of my own self. And the accomplishment that comes from doing things yourself does wonders for your psychic, does wonders for your heart, and your self-esteem. And knowing that you know that with God within is trusting you to do what you were put here on this earth to do. So I think with this channel, the way I can help people is to recognize your gifts, your talents, and knowing that God's going to enhance all of that in you. When you go within and you look and let the Christ consciousness lead you into the direction that you want to go. Now again, Habakkuk says you got to have a vision. Write it down and make it clear. So that would be like me taking a pen and a pencil and no, I don't have, right here, and taking a tablet and write my vision down and make it plain, make it very plain. and stir your heart up, because it's your heart that puts the magnetic frequencies out after you speak the words. Your heart and your words have got to line up with one another. And it puts that out there into the frequency, because everything's energy. We're energy. This paper is energy. Everything's energy. And the frequency we put out is what... I got to get that to focus. Come on, focus. And it's what's going to bring into our lives what we desire. So, if I want to have a business where it's much easier to start with a camper than it is, especially if you don't have a bunch of money, to start with a camper than it is to build a tiny home. But here's the thing: when you have a camper and you go in and you look at it, you got to know there's certain things you can't live with. You can't function comfortably. And now the first year I was here, well, I didn't start removing things until March. I moved in October of 2021, and then come March, when it started getting nice out, because I had already had all that time to know that I couldn't live with 4 bunks in here. Where was I putting my stuff? I couldn't use it because I just had to sit it anywhere. And the seats that I had to sit on was too hard on my fibromyalgia, so that wasn't working. So I had to figure it out. The propane that I was getting was in my 2 30-gallon pounds, or whatever you want to call them, and that would only last maybe a week, 2 weeks. So had to figure out another solution for that. So when you go into a camper, decide whether or not how long you want it to be. Do you want to save money? Do you want just to be able to have a place to live? Do you want to have extra groceries and money for your medicines and stuff like that? You got to think about all that stuff. So what I would like to do is be able to show people, if they want to go into a camper. Of course, I wouldn't want paid for it. No, some people wouldn't be able to pay much, but but my channel, I would love to be able to have a channel to do that, and which this kind of is. And I have shown you a lot of things that you could do and stuff, and but the whole point being is create the life you desire. Now, if a camper is just your first step, say you don't have a home, and you go into a camper first and you've got a place to sit it. If you're lucky enough to have family, be good to your family. I mean, you don't put up with a bunch of crap from a crappy family, but if you've got a good family that's willing to help you out and stuff, then go in that direction. But go in and know what it is that you can live in the camper with and what you can't, but it's going to take you a little time to figure that out. If you know you can't live on sit and sleep on hard camper bunks and beds and stuff like that, then you might want to go straight in and get yourself a good bed, whatever that may be. So if you need more space to cook in and stuff like that, if that's right off the bat more important than a whole lot of other things, then maybe try to pick a camper that's the right price and got some essential things for you right from the get-go, so you don't have to suffer through if it's in the heat, that you have to suffer through heat and you don't have no air conditioning, or you got to suffer through wintertime because you don't have enough propane or enough electric or something like that. But know what it's going to take for you to live. And if you're migrating from a box on the street or from a tent on the street into a homeless shelter, take advantage of it. Do the work that you need to do it. And if you can get into some people I know that have been homeless were fortunate enough to either get into a trailer or a camper. But they have to pay rent. Now, I don't pay a whole bunch here. I pay $200 to live here. And I pay $100 for my car insurance. And if there's times I didn't have any electric and I need to get my phone's charged up so I could do my videos and I need to talk and whatever, then basically all I have to do is make sure I have plenty of gas in my car. And if the electric goes out, then I've got a little lamp that runs on electric. I could take it out to the car and charge it up. I mean, it runs on battery operated, but you have to charge it, something like that. So, I don't know, I'm going to really try to be more constructive with what days I do my videos, and possibly try to, and I don't know about that yet, about when to place it on a certain time schedule for it to come up, and to try to be more, now like my first 2 or 3 videos, man, the one about the 80-year-old in my homeless, that got 63,000 views. Why? I don't know. A lot of comments on that too, so I don't know the answer. All I know is that I'm going to try to do my best to live my life as simple as I can, enjoy myself, try to get through any pain that the body is experiencing. I got to be very careful of how I'm walking and stuff. They did say I had osteoporosis, but is that true? I don't know. All I know is that sometimes I have a lot of pain, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I have a splitting headache like I do right now. But if this is what I'm supposed to do, then the Creator in me, the Christ consciousness, is going to help me move forward and help me find the right video to talk about. So remember, a merry heart doeth good like a medicine, but a broken spirit will dry up your bones. And once your bones dry up, you're done. You're done. And but if you believe you can, or if you believe you can't, you're right either way. And if you believe you can, then search for that right step to take to get you to the next and to the next and to the next. So you all have a great day. We'll talk later. Love y'all.